Hello and welcome to episode 13 of the Tigers, a podcast all about the National Ice Hockey League, but one that always has an eye on the Telford Tigers. So, we're at the end of August, so the season is very much fast approaching. So, this episode is probably going to be a controversial one because, it's prediction time. Predict who's going to finish where in the season. And also going to have a stab at predicting what the lines for the Tigers are going to be for the upcoming season. So, with no further ado, let's jump straight into predictions for the seasons and in terms of who's going to finish where. So, I've got finishing top of the pile. Drumroll, please. Milton Keynes Lightning. I think this year they're going to do it. I think they've made some really strong signings over the summer. I know they've lost players, but I think they've made some really strong signings over the summer and are going to be the team to beat this year. I've got in second Leeds Knights, third Swindon Wildcats, and fourth Peterborough Phantoms. As I say, I've gone for Lightning to win it. I mean, the Knights going to be there or thereabouts, you'd have to suspect. And I mean, third, fourth, again, potentially there could be a bit of change there. But I think come the end of the season, they'll definitely be the top four. Perhaps just a bit of a question of who's first, who's second, who's third, who's fourth, in my opinion. Coming up next, I've then got 5 teams who I think are going to be competing for the remaining 4 playoff places. So I'll run through them in order from 5th down to 9th. So my prediction will be finishing 5th is the Steel Dogs, 6th the Seahawks, 7th the Tigers, 8th the Sharks, and 9th the Raiders. It's going to be tight. I mean, to be honest, for those 5, they could finish anywhere in that little group. I think that's going to be pretty close between those 5 sides. The Raiders prove me wrong and make it. They prove me wrong and make it. And if they do, I suspect it would be at the expense of one of those teams that I've just named above, quite simply. And then I've got to conclude the lead, Bees finishing 10th and Pitbulls finishing in 11th for this coming season. So that's bound to be controversial. No doubt people are going to have their own opinions of who's going to finish where. So as always, get in contact. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, who's going to finish where. How badly have I got it wrong about who's going to win the league? How badly have I got it wrong about who's going to miss the playoffs? Look forward to hearing from everybody. So that's that side. The other side was taking a look and predicting, or trying to predict lines for the Tigers. I think perhaps the easiest part is perhaps go for our starting goalie, who's going to be Brad Day. If he doesn't get the starting gig, be absolutely amazed. And Matty Blore has been announced as second netminder, so he'll be the backup today. In terms of the defence, I've gone for pairings. So Mitchell King and Danny Rose. I think Rose Mitchell King, Danny Rose played a fair bit together last season. That'd be a good strong pairing. Second pairing of Deacon Fielder and Jake Price. Again, that's a really solid defensive pairing in my view. And then third pairing, Lease, who's just been announced, an under-18 player, and then pairing him with Henry Adams, Nick Oliver, or Jack Watkins, depending on sort of, I guess, how Tom sees the game going. In terms of the forwards, I've got as a top line of Howes, Scott McKenzie, and Luca. They played a lot together last season. I think they're an excellent line. For a large part of the season when we were really struggling to win games. Essentially, it was some combination of those 3 that were scoring the goals and getting the assists for us in that time. So I'd love to see that line continue. I've got the next line, Sam Watkins, Jesse Sutton, Zane McKenzie. Obviously highly dependent upon how much time Zane McKenzie spends with us, as he is on a 2-way. Third line, I've gone for Brady Hepner, Harry Ferguson, and Joe Aston. That's going to be a high energy line if that all comes together. Some big hits, be entertaining to watch, I think. And then in terms of fourth line, Tom Byrne, Lucas Price, and another under-18 player. I would expect to complete that line. Yet to be announced, no doubt coming up from Tigers 2 perhaps, so we could see a number of different players in that. So Tigers fans, what do you think of my? Or what are your thoughts about the lines that I've come up with there? Would you be happy to see those, or have I got it completely wrong? In which case, or in either case, just let me know. Leave a comment. So that concludes episode 13 of Eye on the Tigers. I'll be back next week where we'll start to take a look ahead to the first pre-season games. Between now and then, as I say, feel free, get in contact, leave me a comment, let me know how well I've got things, or let me know how well I've predicted things, let me know how badly I've predicted things. Look forward to hearing from you all. Till next week, bye.